All right, guys, welcome to a slimmed down version of the Music Universe podcast. Matt's traveling. We're taking a little break. Our 100th episode is coming up in October. Be sure to hit that subscribe button everywhere so that way you know when it's live. Otherwise, we're going to rant a little bit, or I'm going to rant because we've talked about this on a different level before, but I'm going back to Ticketmaster, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows, my family knows that my daughter loves Melanie Martinez. Matt, you know more than anybody at this point.
And I know what happened. I know where you're going.
Yeah, she's obsessed. So any type of merch that comes out, she usually gets it. And we did have VIP tickets to her K-12 show, K through 12 show last year. And of course, with everything, it got refunded and there was merch and stuff with it. So I am just about to start working out the other day, and I get an email from her saying that she's announced a show in Anaheim, the House of Blues. Okay, cool. Bakersfield's 2.5 hours. We'll try to get tickets. Well, so I click the link just because there's no further information other than tickets are on sale Friday. So when I click it, it instantly says there's a pre-sale starting in an hour from that time. So a couple things I'm annoyed at is, one, when they announce these shows, they often leave out pre-sale opportunities and they often leave out VIP packages. I don't understand that. And I don't know who, if it's the artist, if it's Ticketmaster, if it's a combination or what, why they do that. If you say tickets are on sale Friday, wouldn't you want, people to be able to access it if there's a pre-sale too? Maybe people have it or maybe they don't. So whatever. I get on there. I got a pre-sale code. And when I get on there, I go to put in the code and I hit claim code or whatever it says. So it comes up with a couple of different options. It has a $250 VIP thing, and then it has a standard general admission. But because we pre-purchased, or we had purchased tickets once before, we get the previous buyer option. Which I'm also not sure what that was about. When, if you have a pre-sale code, it doesn't really matter if you're a previous buyer or not. So it's confusing. I'll put it that way. So I go to add the 2 VIP tickets because she's just too young to go by herself, and they disappear. It won't let me lock them in. So I start to kind of panic in a way, because I know that this artist is popular, and I know if you don't get tickets right then, it's a good chance she's not going to go at all. So I went ahead and ordered the 4250 tickets when I had to play around between my computer and my phone, and it only allows you to, makes you sign in first to get in the queue. Of course, you've done it millions of times, Matt, for Garth, and you can only be on one device at a time. So it kicks you off the other. Well, I get there and I go ahead and order the 2 general admission tickets in hopes that some of the options it's giving me for later in the week are the VIP, thinking maybe they just sold out early for what they had allocated for the pre-sale. Well, kid decides, she knows nothing about this at this point. She's in school, uses the restroom and texts me, that she found
Melanie!
Yeah,
I know how she is.
Pretty much. Asking if she could get tickets. I go, well, how do you even know about this? She's like, oh, you knew? I'm like, well, I got one better on. I already got you a ticket, or I got tickets, She's like, well, they have VIP and they're available. I go,
or she would, no, thank you, Daddy. No, thank
she
you.
did. She did, but she's just curious at how I knew before her is the thing. I've been there.
Yeah, you guys, I even said to you that day, I said, you got a leg up on her.
Yeah, I know. It's great,
very
right?
Rare.
So I go to check out because she's able to see that VIP is available. So I go to do a little more research, and I noticed if you punch in the code and hit get code or whatever, for whatever reason, it bypasses VIP. You have to hit find tickets. And then I got them. So now I'm going to blame Ticketmaster here. I am stuck. I had to get the VIP when they were available. So I'm stuck with 2 additional tickets. They're $42.50 a piece. Now, the annoying part is, though, that I had to do that even as a journalist that buys tickets on occasion because when we can see a show and,
Right.
get in, we don't. But for the VIP, it's pretty hefty price to get somebody in. And then you get all the perks with the merch, which is what you're paying for. And it's a sound check that she gets to go to in early access. So I'm willing to pay that for that. But what's annoying and what I'm going to blame Ticketmaster for is their confusing system. I mean,
Right.
I know it's been discussed on radio shows, Sirius XM. I know it's going to fall on deaf ears because if they can't make any movement, who am I going to make movement? But I'm just saying, you guys got to clear this up. And if there's going to be VIP options, let us know. They're
a monopoly. They don't
I know,
care.
and I know they're getting money from each of the partnerships that they make, and that's why they have VIP tickets that start Tuesday, or not VIP, but pre-sales that start Tuesday, and then by the time everybody else has a chance to get them, all the good seats are gone, which is kind of ridiculous. But I'm just saying, make it easy for people that are tech savvy like myself to still access the tickets that we want to get.
Sure.
It's not that hard to ask.
It's one of those things. There are a lot of times where two entities that are mostly competitors in a lot of spaces actually work together. Like Samsung works with Apple. There's Samsung guts in Apple phones, where Samsung is proprietary, and then Samsung works with Google for the Android, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then of course Apple has to work with Google, which one could consider a competitor for the Google apps in the Play Store. And I believe, I'm pretty confident that Anschutz Entertainment Group, AEG Live, works with Ticketmaster at a lot of their venues. Some they don't, and I know Access doesn't. Access is its own thing. It doesn't use Ticketmaster, but Ticketmaster is owned by Live Nation, so all the Live Nation venues use it, right? And then you have AEG also using it. Some smaller venues use it because it makes it easy for smaller venues, or the concerts being promoted by Live Nation, even if it's not a Live Nation run venue. So they really have the monopoly. It's almost like CVS owns Aetna. CVS Healthcare owns the Aetna Insurance Group. That's not the other way around, right? That is CVS owns Aetna. They own, CVS is so big, they own an insurance company. So it's just the way of the world these days. And you're right, nothing's going to get fixed because it's the system and nobody cares.
Because if you want to attend a concert, who do you have to go through to get the tickets?
Right.
Ticketmaster. And as long as people are going to use their services, they're going to keep adding those ungodly, stupid ass expensive fees on top of a ticket. So you not only get partnerships, you not only get the artists, but you get the fans paying you to just deliver digital tickets. And if you get physical tickets these days, it's an even bigger charge. And I'll go back to when we discussed on a previous actual podcast episode, the Reba Brooks and Dunn ending their residency in Vegas. I went the extra mile and bought a second ticket for the second night that I'm going to attend myself. The only option was a physical ticket, and they charge you $6 to pick the damn thing up at will call.
Yeah. Wow.
It's a little. It's a little too much there, guys. I love that you
my
add the
two
VIP
100-ish
options, but it's ridiculous.
My two $100-ish tickets for David Copperfield turned into almost $300 when we went. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And although Taylor Swift did a system, fan verification, kind of a lottery, I don't remember anything about it, but I thought that was a really smart use of Ticketmaster. And on my rant upcoming, you will see my rant about Taylor Swift. But what do you say? Is that all you got for us? Can we wrap this one? He told me not to cut him off, but I can ask.
You can ask. I think we're good. I think the fans get it. And, make comments. What other issues have you guys run into? Have you had the same issue? Is it confusing for you to get onto tickets? I'm not looking for anybody to, we're not going to get insulting or anything like that. I'm not looking for people like, oh my God, I can't believe you had that. Shit happens. I'm just saying, if you've had the same issues, connect with us That's it, guys. Hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time.